Top 10 celebrities exposed by their own words. What happens when the camera keeps rolling and a celebrity forgets the world is watching? When Tom Cruise sat down for what seemed like a routine interview, he had no idea his own words would spark a controversy that would haunt him for years. When Gwyneth Paltrow casually mentioned something she thought was harmless, the internet exploded. And when one A-list actor made a confession during a press tour, their entire career trajectory changed overnight. Today, we're counting down the top 10 times celebrities exposed themselves with nothing but their own words. No leaked documents. No anonymous sources, just them, a microphone, and a moment they'd give anything to take back. Let's get into it. In the age of social media and 24/7 news cycles, every word a celebrity says can become headline news. But sometimes, it's not a scandal that brings them down. It's their own honesty, their own arrogance, or their own spectacular lack of awareness. These aren't rumors or tabloid gossip. These are documented moments where celebrities said exactly what they were thinking, and immediately regretted it. From tone-deaf privilege to shocking confessions, these stars prove that sometimes the truth really does hurt.
Number 10. Gwyneth Paltrow, the conscious uncoupling disaster. We start with Gwyneth Paltrow, the Oscar-winning actress turned lifestyle guru. In 2014, when announcing her divorce from Coldplay's Chris Martin, Paltrow didn't use the word divorce. Instead, she introduced the world to conscious uncoupling on her website, Goop. The phrase instantly became a meme. Critics mocked her for making a painful human experience sound like a yoga retreat. But Paltrow didn't stop there. In interviews that followed, she described her lifestyle recommendations, like $15,000 gold dildos and $66 jade eggs for vaginal health, as if they were accessible to everyone. Her own words painted her as delightfully out of touch, and the internet hasn't let her forget it since. But at least Gwyneth was trying to be helpful, unlike our next celebrity who exposed something far darker. Number 9. Jared Leto, the Cult Island Confession. Jared Leto is known for his method acting and his band, 30 Seconds to Mars. But in 2019, during an interview, he casually mentioned hosting a festival on a private island for his fans, which he jokingly referred to as a cult. What seemed like a self-aware joke quickly turned uncomfortable. Former fans began sharing stories online about the cultish atmosphere at his events, the obsessive devotion expected from followers, and Leto's alleged manipulation tactics. When reporters pressed him on it, Leto doubled down, laughing it off. His own words gave credibility to the accusations, and suddenly, the cult label didn't seem so funny anymore. The internet doesn't forget. And Leto's flippant comments turned what could have been a quirky fan experience into a full-blown controversy. Speaking of controversies that spiraled out of control, number 8, Liam Neeson, The Revenge Confession. In 2019, Liam Neeson was promoting his film Cold Pursuit when an interviewer asked about revenge. What happened next stunned everyone. Neeson confessed that decades earlier, after a close friend was raped, he walked the streets with a weapon, hoping a black man would start something so he could kill him. The room went silent. Neeson seemed to think he was sharing a story of personal growth. Instead, he exposed himself as someone who had once harbored deeply racist thoughts. The backlash was immediate. Premieres were canceled. Think pieces flooded the internet. Neeson later clarified that he was ashamed of his past behavior, but the damage was done. His own words revealed a side of him the public never wanted to see. But some celebrities don't confess to past mistakes. They expose their present-day arrogance. Number 7. Ellen DeGeneres, Be Kind Hypocrisy. For years, Ellen DeGeneres ended every show with the same mantra, be kind to one another. It became her brand. But in 2020, former employees came forward with allegations of a toxic workplace, bullying, intimidation, and racism behind the scenes. .br. Hat sealed Ellen's fate? Her own words. Clips resurfaced of Ellen making uncomfortable jokes at the expense of guests, embarrassing staff members on air, and admitting in interviews that she could be tough to work for. In one interview, she even joked about not knowing her crew members' names. And the scandal broke. Ellen's carefully crafted image crumbled. Her own on-air behavior contradicted everything she claimed to stand for. The show ended in 2022, and Ellen's legacy is now forever tarnished by the hypocrisy her own words revealed. And if you think that's bad, wait until you hear what our next celebrity said about their own fans. Number 6, Demi Lovato, the frozen yogurt fiasco. In 2021, Demi Lovato publicly called out a small frozen yogurt shop in Los Angeles, accusing them of promoting diet culture. Lovato posted Instagram stories criticizing the shop for offering sugar-free options, claiming it was triggering for people with eating disorders. The problem? Lovato's own words made them sound entitled and out of touch.
The shop owner responded, explaining that sugar-free options existed for diabetics and people with health conditions. The public turned on Lovato, accusing them of performative activism and bullying a small business. Lovato later apologized, admitting they got the messaging wrong. But the damage was done. Their own social media rant exposed them as someone more interested in being seen as a warrior than actually understanding the issue. But sometimes, celebrities expose themselves by saying too much about their personal lives. Number 5. Tom Cruise, the Scientology explosion. Tom Cruise is one of the biggest movie stars on the planet, but in 2005, his own words nearly destroyed his career. During an interview with Matt Lauer on Today, Cruise went on a passionate rant against psychiatry and antidepressants, calling them pseudoscience. He lectured Brooke Shields for using medication to treat postpartum depression. He told Lauer, "You don't know the history of psychiatry." "I do." The interview went viral for all the wrong reasons. Cruise came across as arrogant, out of touch, and dangerously misinformed. Then came the leaked Scientology video, where Cruise spoke with cult-like fervor about his faith. His own words, his own passion, turned him into a punchline. It took years for Cruise to rebuild his image, and even now those interviews haunt him. Transition, but at least Tom Cruise believed in what he was saying. Our next celebrity exposed themselves through sheer ignorance. Number 4. Shailene Woodley, the sunscreen controversy. Shailene Woodley has always been vocal about her holistic lifestyle. But in 2014, she took it too far. In an interview, Woodley claimed she doesn't use sunscreen because she prefers to be in the sun and let her body absorb vitamin D naturally. She also said she makes her own toothpaste and cleanses with clay. Dermatologists and health experts immediately called her out. Sunscreen prevents skin cancer. It's not optional. Woodley's own words exposed her as someone spreading dangerous health misinformation. Fans who once admired her free spirit now saw her as reckless. She later walked back her comments, but the damage was done. Her own holistic beliefs made her sound scientifically illiterate. And speaking of celebrities who can't stop talking. Number 3. Kanye West, the slavery comment. Kanye West is no stranger to controversy, but in 2018 he crossed a line he couldn't uncross. During a TMZ interview, Kanye said, "When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice." The room erupted. TMZ staffer Van Lathan confronted Kanye on camera, and the clip went viral. Kanye tried to clarify, claiming he meant mental enslavement, but it was too late. His own words revealed a shocking ignorance of history and the black experience. The backlash was swift and brutal. Even Kanye's most loyal fans struggled to defend him. His own unfiltered thoughts exposed him as someone deeply disconnected from reality and from the ancestors whose suffering he trivialized. Transition. But if you think that's the most shocking entry on this list, you haven't seen number 2 yet. Number 2, Will Smith, the Oscars slap aftermath, March 2022. The Oscars. Chris Rock makes a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. Will Smith walks on stage and slaps him. But it wasn't the slap that exposed Will. It was what he said afterward. In his acceptance speech, Smith tried to justify his actions, saying, "Love will make you do crazy things." He compared himself to Richard Williams, the man he portrayed in King Richard, saying, "I'm being called on in my life to love people and to protect people." The audience sat in stunned silence. Smith's own words made him sound delusional, entitled, and unable to take responsibility. In the months that followed, Smith released a tearful apology video, but the damage was done. His own justification exposed a man who believed his emotions excused his violence. Hollywood hasn't been the same since, and neither has Will Smith's career. But the number 1 spot goes to a celebrity whose own words didn't just expose them, they changed the cultural conversation forever. Number 1. J.K. Rowling, the trans rights implosion. J.K. Rowling created Harry Potter, one of the most beloved franchises in history. But in 2020, she posted a tweet mocking the phrase, "people who menstruate," insisting that only women menstruate. It was the beginning of the end. Rowling doubled down. She wrote lengthy essays defending her views, claiming she was protecting women's spaces. She engaged in Twitter battles with fans, activists, and even the stars of the Harry Potter film. Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint all publicly distanced themselves from her. Her own words exposed her as transphobic to millions of fans who once worshipped her. Libraries removed her books. Fans burned their merchandise. Rowling insisted she was being silenced, while continuing to tweet daily to her millions of followers. The irony? Rowling's own creation, a story about accepting those who are different, became a weapon against her. Her own words didn't just expose her beliefs. They dismantled her legacy. And there you have it. The top 10 celebrities exposed by their own words. No scandals, no leaks, just their own voices, their own choices, and the consequences that followed. These moments remind us that fame doesn't make you immune to accountability. Sometimes the biggest threat to a celebrity's career isn't a tabloid or a hacker. It's a microphone and a moment of unchecked honesty. So here's my question for you. Which of these shocked you the most? And are there any celebrities you think we missed? Drop your answers in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into celebrity culture, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.